Hi, this is Kai from Kikai Crafts, and today we are going to test the difference between the Col-o-ring ink testing book. I got this from Goulet Pens, and the more accessible, at least for me, Muji word cards, which I got from the Muji store. So I want to see how they fare against each other. Okay, off the bat, there's already a difference in paper quality. This feels, the one from Col-o-ring feels thicker already and more textured. This from Muji feels thinner, more flimsy, and not as textured. I actually don't know, did I get two? Okay, it feels even thinner now, because apparently I got two. Okay. Right, and of course there is an obvious size difference. The one from Col-o-ring is much bigger. It's also, let me see if I can focus it for you. Oops. Okay, it's much wider. This one has a bit of a grayish, like a gray cream tinge to it. Okay, and this Col-o-ring is much wider. Okay, for this exercise, we are going to use the Ferris wheel press Tears of Sapphire. Just gently shake it a little bit. Okay, so the plan is just to have a swab of color here, and then I'm just going to write the name at the bottom. Now this is already challenging because the space is much smaller, but then we will see how it goes. Okay, let me help you focus it just a bit more. This is actually my first experience with Ferris wheel press Tears of Sapphire. Okay. Alright, looks nice. Let's dip in our kakimori nib. Alright, let's start with this one first, the Col-o-ring. There's more mileage here. Okay, that looks okay for me. Let me see if I have enough. I do. Tears of Sapphire. Okay. Do we have enough for one more? Okay. Nope. Oh, we have a little bit. All right. So this is how it fares on, oops, the Col-o-ring. Okay, let's switch that a bit. Oh, there's still quite a bit of ink in it, but that's okay. Okay, now let's leave that to dry on the side, and let's try the Muji paper. I'm trying to see if there's a more textured side. There is none. Both feel very smooth. Oh, okay, just to be fair, let's just swish it a bit. Okay, so experiences some of that shimmer. Okay, let's open that up and dip it in. All right, definitely much smoother. Ooh, you see that? It's a very absorbent actually. Okay, let's write that in. I can already feel it bulging up on the paper. Tears of, there's also a lot of bleeding happening on this paper. Okay, let's just close this up. Make sure that's sealed. Okay, let's clean up our pen. Okay, so let's go have a look. Okay, so for the coloring, okay, there is just a slight wetness to it. Ooh. Okay, but if you compare it to this one, you can see the bulge, the crinkle. Oh, and there's a lot of bleed through. Here, there's none. Okay, as for the properties, here there's a lot of shimmer. Okay. Okay, so there is a lot of shimmer happening, but there's also a lot of bleeding. Here, I mean, you can appreciate the color here. It looks pretty. It's like a dark blue with silver shimmer. But here, oh, look at that. You do see the blue, but you see a lot of the red and some of the shimmer. Here it's a little darker, but if I angle it just so, you'll still see the red in it. Okay, so what I will say is that the Muji word cards, they don't really show off the properties of the ink. And so if you have the option to get the coloring, okay, this is how it looks. Okay, if you have the option to get the coloring, go for that, because as you can see, it's so much prettier on the coloring. I really like how it, I wish I'd see more of the blue, but maybe when it dries up a bit more, I'll see more of it. But here it's just all blue. That's quite interesting. All right, so I'll leave them here side by side so you guys can see. Okay, again, the Muji for me was more accessible. If I want to get the coloring, I really need to get it from, say, Goulet Pens, and it does take some logistics to get that happening. But I think the next time I order from them, I'm just going to get a bit more. Okay, this is Kai from Kikai Craft. I hope I helped some of you sort of figure out if they really need to get the coloring or if they're happy with the Muji word cards. All right, I hope you guys learned something, and if you have any comments, any thoughts, any questions about this whole exploration, please leave it in the comments below. And if you'd like to see more content, more explorations like this, please do subscribe, and then I will see you. Bye, everybody.